Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the APFC Flyweight division, sponsored by the Wisconsin Athletic Club. And now, introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 7 inches tall. He stepped on the scale and officially weighed in at 127 pounds. And he steps into the APFC cage tonight with a record of 2 victories, with no losses. Damas y caballeros, presentando al luchador de Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico, Diego Rodriguez. And across the cage, his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 5 inches tall. He stepped on the scale and officially weighed 125 1/2 pounds. And he steps into this cage with a record of 3 victories, with 1 defeat, and fighting out of Green Bay, Wisconsin, James Moreno. And your referee in charge is Tom DeVellis.
Tom DeVellis, third man inside for this flyweight affair between the Puerto Rican Diego Rodriguez and James Moreno.
All right, gentlemen, round 1, we ready? Round 1, we ready. Let's go!
Round 1 underway. Moreno in the black and gray trunks. Diego Rodriguez in the white and black.
Oh.
Shot early there for Rodriguez. Moreno defending nicely, David.
Oh, Rodriguez getting right to that double leg here. He has his head on the outside across the body, doing a great job tying up the legs, figure 4 on the legs, and just chipping away here at his opponent.
Moreno with some nice urgency to get back to the feet, but Diego Rodriguez hoists him back to the canvas. Now trying to get in a full mount, David.
Moreno is just relentless here in his wrestling attacks here.
Diego Rodriguez coming a long way from Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico. Certainly not to lose, David.
Rodriguez seems determined to control his opponent here. Just taking his time, cooking him, keeping his head position here on top of Moreno, chipping away whenever he can with that left hand, just annoying here. Not letting Moreno breathe.
Moreno trying to double up on that left side. Rodriguez deep in, now a knee to the left leg. And we haven't seen this type of grappling assault yet from any fighters here at APFC 17.
Not yet. I mean, the way that he's approaching his wrestling is just relentless. I mean, at every point, even right now, he's on that inside single, just driving in, looking to bounce Moreno off the cage, switching off into a double leg. I mean, this looks like NCAA level wrestling, if you ask me.
Some college game day action as we approach the final minute of round number 1. Rodriguez mounting the back of Moreno, trying to get a hook in, David.
Rodriguez able to get the hook in on the far side. It's going to flatten Moreno out and just throwing punches here.
Diego Rodriguez going to work with 60 seconds remaining. Like a knife through butter, the Puerto Rican slicing away at James Moreno.
What I liked from Rodriguez, it was a very subtle nuance. As he was throwing punches, he wasn't just throwing recklessly. He was isolating, getting hand control, and opening up windows and paths for those punches to land as he was on the top of Moreno.
30 seconds left. James Moreno trying to survive. The Puerto Rican lacing up for a rear naked choke, potentially. Arm is under the neck. Moreno in a world of pain.
Moreno doing a great job getting his back to the canvas here to take away the threat of the rear naked choke. Rodriguez able to transition now into the guard here, Moreno. Let's see if Moreno is dangerous off his back. Is he looking for an arm bar?
Rodriguez wise to it. Short time on the clock for James Moreno, but certainly a moral victory to survive that position. and make it to the second round, David.
Yes, there was a lot of work there by Rodriguez. He controlled the 3/4 of the round there. I mean, but if you're Moreno, to be able to fight off your back, I mean, that speaks volumes to his abilities here. And if you're Rodriguez, that's something you're going to think about as you approach the next rounds. Here, Rodriguez dives in on that inside single, transitions to a double leg, dumps Moreno down, but continues as Moreno tries to build to just pressure, pressure, pressure. Did a great job when he got on the back here, got both boots in, landed some good dominant strikes from the back position. However, Moreno never withered, never gave way, was always looking for a way out, and pretty much found it towards the latter end of that round. Threatened a submission there. I mean, this is a highly competitive fight early.
Moreno does have a submission victory in his arsenal, so we know that he is quite well versed on the ground, but it just seemed like there is a grappling upside that Diego Rodriguez possesses as we head into round number 2.
Round two, let's go.
Rodriguez definitely seems to have the advantage when it comes to offensive grappling and wrestling here. We saw some trickiness, though, from the bottom of Moreno. I'm excited to see how maybe that progresses if he ends up on his back again.
Rodriguez switching stances, cutting off the cage. Big head kick, partially blocked by Moreno.
Moreno returning with a head kick of his own, barely missing there, Rodriguez. Moreno tends to have a little bit of pep in his step now, moving in, moving out. Rodriguez seems to be a little bit more patient.
You can already see the discoloration on the back of James Moreno. Nice spinning back kick from Rodriguez, barely misses.
He's tired, James. He's tired. He's straight-legged. He's straight-legged. He's tired. James, we gotta work in.
Moreno's corner seemingly believing that Diego Rodriguez is tired. David, to me, doesn't seem like he's that fatigued.
I'm not sure he's fatigued. I just think he started off at such a pace. I mean, it'd be hard for anyone to carry that pace through 3 rounds of a fight. Right now, he's just looking to pick his spots, as is Moreno right now. As we're starting to see Moreno is fighting his way back into this one. However, Rodriguez going back to what brought him to the show, and that's that power wrestling, nice level change into the double leg, and he has Moreno's back against the cage now.
Minute and a half left in round number 2, and it sort of felt like an inevitability that Diego Rodriguez was going to find a grappling opening here, and he does.
Indeed, it was only a matter of time, but now we get to see if Moreno can work off of his back. As I alluded to earlier, we saw in the latter part of that last round, Moreno was able to switch his hips, went for the arm bar. He didn't get the arm bar, however, he looked like he was going to transition to some other things and then worked back up to his feet. So let's see what kind of work can Moreno do off of his back here, and if Rodriguez is going to look for perhaps a finish here on top.
60 seconds to go in round number 2. Moreno trying to post off the cage to create some space. Nothing going. His corner is begging him to try and post and build back up. Rodriguez now smoothly gliding to the back here, David Evans.
Backpack position right now. Rodriguez just hanging on the back of Moreno, making him carry his weight. Moreno looking for a way out, fighting hands here. Rodriguez seems to be content to just hold on right now. Doesn't seem to be in a rush to get Moreno back to the canvas.
Ooh, lacing up with that left arm. Rodriguez, 10 seconds to work. This could be tight. James Moreno in a world of trouble here. Can he survive?
10 seconds left.
Wow.
Rodriguez threatening the throat right there on the left-hand side. Moreno able to power and push through it. It almost looked like this fight wasn't going to go into the 3rd round here, Ben.
If Diego Rodriguez had applied that submission 20, 30 seconds out from the end of the round, I think we'd be looking at a stoppage. This replay brought to you by Cat's Law. Head kick from Diego Rodriguez, which Moreno tried to answer back, but this was another round where nothing Moreno was doing was really working.
No, Rodriguez was just relentless in his approach to the wrestling. We saw him throw the feint, throw the high head kick, got the takedown, and when he got that takedown, he was content just riding and grinding Moreno out. looking for the threat of the choke and ending the fight here towards the last 10 seconds or so. Didn't really have enough time and went right back to the ground and pound and just pretty much controlled Moreno the entire time they were on the ground.
If you're in James Moreno's corner, you're down 2 rounds, you're at a significant grappling disparity, what would the advice be coming into these final 3 minutes?
You know, maybe unpopular opinion, but I would say, hey, let's put Rodriguez on his back foot. Let's pressure forward. Let's get off on our own shots. A lot of times when you have wrestlers that are high caliber grapplers like that, they're not used to having to wrestle defensively or wrestle off of their back. So, like, let's put the pressure on our opponent. Let's see if we can get him on his back and see if he can work.
Rodriguez, again, switching stances, commanding the center. Now Moreno coming forward. Big head kick lands.
Moreno doing a great job coming in. Big head kick, followed that up.
A cheeky little shoulder strike as well from Moreno.
Trap the leg.
Sneaky, I mean, those things are annoying, and they open up positions for you to get to leg attacks. It feels like Moreno almost was listening to what I'm saying, and now we're having to see if Rodriguez can deal with the wrestling, but being on the wrong end of it.
Rodriguez with a lazy left hand, doesn't connect. 215, Superman into the takedown. Quite crafty from Rodriguez.
Rodriguez in on the double leg. Looking for maybe an inside trip to try to knock off the balance of Moreno. Moreno doing a great job splitting his stance, which is going to prevent Rodriguez from picking him up and dumping him. However, he goes for that sneaky inside trip. Beautiful transition.
Now Moreno trying to tie up that right arm, or excuse me, Rodriguez trying to tie up that right arm of Moreno. James Moreno does get back to the feet. Signs of life there for him as we head to the final 90-second stretch.
Indeed, Rodriguez back here in the grappling with Moreno against the cage. He's been very comfortable here, you know, just utilizing that grip strength, good position, head position on Moreno, transitioning to the legs as we just saw, going for the double leg.
Minute 10 left on the clock. Moreno trying to go for that Kimura, but Rodriguez straightening the arm out.
2 minutes. 2 minutes. Let's go.
Moreno's corner telling him 2 minutes. Unfortunately, there's only 60 seconds left on the clock, David.
60 seconds left on the clock.
It's a lot different than 2 minutes.
Rodriguez dominant on top as he always been. Looking to go full mount here. Moreno doing a great job of not allowing it, but Rodriguez transitioned directly to the back. Now, last time he was here, we almost saw a finish. This time he's attacking right side. Moreno seems to be controlling the hands here.
Rodriguez not wanting to win on the scorecards, but wanting to impress inside the distance. 30 seconds with which to work. That right arm is inching closer and closer to the neck of James Moreno, David.
Rodriguez just looking for his moment to snatch the neck here. Beating up Moreno. There we go. Right after the ground and pound. Got his mind thinking somewhere else. It's tight. It might be under there, Ben.
Like an anaconda. Can Diego Rodriguez strike at the bell? James Moreno survives. What a display of resiliency from James Moreno, the Green Bay, Wisconsin native, not accepting these fight-ending sequences, but tonight will belong to the unbeaten talent, Diego Rodriguez, who heads to the scorecards for the first time in his young career. This fight replay brought to you by Pettis Martial Arts. David Evans, it was just clear grappling upside for one young Diego Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez was relentless with his wrestling. I mean, we saw some striking from him, but I mean, the wrestling was what won the battle for him ultimately. Beautiful double legs, nice leg trips. And when he got to the ground, he didn't just rest, he wasn't content. He was always looking for the finish, always looking to transition, always looking to take the bat. We saw some beautiful ground and pound as well. I think his wrestling, his grappling was just a little bit too much for Moreno here tonight.
And in those sorts of transition sequences where Moreno would build back up and we'd find a separation, I love how Diego Rodriguez would throw strikes on that break, always looking for significance.
Indeed, and that just shows the high caliber and the high training that he has and that he's used to.
Puerto Rico steam steam rolling here in Milwaukee for the official decision. We send it inside to handsome Michael Hansen.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the scorecards. And all 3 judges scored this bout 30-27 for your winner by unanimous decision. Bringing it back to Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico, Diego Rodriguez.
Diego Rodriguez's first 2 victories came by way of TKO. Tonight, he finds himself getting his hand raised on the scorecards. San Germain, Puerto Rico, 23 years young. This kid, like all of these Caribbean top team products, is a problem, David.